think Hillary can do for you?
Oh, she can do a lot.
Like what?
She can help the Hispanic population.
How?
Well, giving us, the right to stay in this country.
The right to stay. For who? But there are millions of Hispanics that live in this country legally, no?
Yes.
I came here legally. I'm an immigrant.
Me too. But,
So?
Thank God I'm documented now. But everybody needs an opportunity.
Everybody like who?
Undocumented. They need to be documented.
But do you live in a house or an apartment?
In a house.
So what I can't understand, honestly, logically, let's say I have my house, right? When you invite the guests to your house, do you invite only the guests that you see, or anyone from the street can walk into your house or your apartment? What do you think?
That's different.
Why?
This country belongs to everyone.
To everyone in the world?
In the world.
To everyone in the world.
Your ancestors came here. They were given an opportunity to stay in this country. Why not me? Why not all these undocumented?
So you want...
Everyone. We don't have to be selfish. Everyone deserves to have a better life.
But isn't America has a better life because we have certain policies and certain kind of people that made it great? Why? What country are you from, if I may ask?
I'm from El Salvador.
El Salvador. Now, why people in El Salvador can live just as well as people in Switzerland? What makes people in El Salvador not live and enjoy high standard of living as Holland, for example, or Denmark? Why not?
Because, for example, when I left El Salvador, we had a civil war.
Why? Why?
Because there was a division of classes. The high class used to oppress the poor. That's why we had a revolution. I had to come here. I had to come by force.
But why?
A lot of these people
But there were people from El Salvador fighting and killing other people from El Salvador. Why can't you guys live in peace? What's wrong with that?
You know why?
No.
Do you know that the United States used to help the army from El Salvador? So the Civil War never ended. That's why we have all these.
So United States, the country that helped your country, ruin your country and create the Civil War, that's the country that you decided to go to. Don't you think it doesn't make sense?
You know what? This was the only country that we could face at that moment. Because I know the United States is a great country in a certain way, but you want to know something? The problem is, for example, helping El Salvador army destroy the whole country. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, because we were having people killed every single day, thousands of people.
But the only thing it's your problem is the problem of Nicaragua, it's a problem of Mexico, it's a problem of all these countries. I came from Russia, it's their problem. So I blame them. I came from America because I love the system, I came here legally, and I want everybody to come here legally. It's my house. Think about it. It's my house.
I love this
And people come to this country in the middle of the night to my house, and I don't know who they are. I didn't invite them. I invite a lot of people, but I want to know who they are, right? Make sense?
Okay,
what do you think?
Let's go back to history. What about the Indians? Didn't know who the pilgrims were, and they opened their doors.
No, they didn't.
Yes.
Well, think about it this way. You are part Spanish. That's why I call Hispanic.
Hispanic.
Right? Now, you don't call yourself Indian, right? You call yourself Hispanic.
Well, honestly, we are about 60% Indian.
Okay, but 40% is Hispanic. It's a lot. It's a big percentage, okay? Now, the point I'm trying to make is that when I was in Peru, and by the way, speaking of Hispanic, speaking of native cultures, do you think that they live in peace all the time?
If you live in peace?
If these tribes, do you think Incas were peaceful people?
Well, they used to fight. I know that they used to have fight between tribes.
They killed more natives than the Europeans.
But
the difference is
to history, going back to the same subject.
Yes.
The Indians.
Yes.
The Indians opened doors for the pilgrims, for the Europeans. Why not now
They didn't open the doors. Pilgrims came here. It was normal. They were fighting. They were fighting each other. Listen, back then, everybody was fighting each other. Unfortunately, it was normal. Today, a lot of people still fighting each other.
The fight was the Europeans killed many Indians.
But what happened when Europeans came over here, they brought civilization with them. There was absolutely no civilization on this part of the world. And even today, chances are, we wouldn't have cars, we would have had electricity, and we would have had the greatest country on earth, the United States of America, right? It all started with these first pilgrims, that we have the country that we have today.
I agree.
Right?
I agree, but going back to documentation.
Yes.
I don't like when people say, like Donald Trump, that he's going to build the wall. Why? His parents.
I like it. I like it. I want the wall to be built. And this is the reason why I have a door in my house. Somebody knocks on the door, I'll check who that is. If I like that person, I'll invite that person
What
in.
about when your family came to America? What about if someone said, I'm going to close the gate for you. You're not coming to America. How would you feel?
There is such a thing called laws. That's what made this country the greatest country in the world. The laws. And guess what? Everybody's supposed to be equal before the law. We have one person who's not equal, and that's the one that they're voting for. He broke so many laws that anyone who is not Clinton would have been in jail. Like, these people are saying. She belongs in jail, but because she's Clinton, she doesn't.
Do you know who's supposed to be in hell? Donald Trump.
Why?
Clinton.
Well, what did he do to you?
He's so
What did he do?
offensive, he's so racist.
Well, what did he do?
He follows
What did
his
he do?
philosophy. He's an animal.
How so? Does he hire Hispanics? Do Hispanics work in his company?
He's very offensive. He's very impulsive. We don't like him. We don't like him at all.
Just because he says bad things?
And he mean to do, if he become president, forget it. This country will be...
The greatest country will make America great again. That's what's going to happen. You don't believe it?
You want to know something? If Donald Trump becomes president, this country's going downhill.
You think so?
Yes.
Do you think that the country has been on the right track for the past 8 years? Do you like Obama?
Of course I like Obama.
You like Obama. So you think that the economy has been improving during the last 8 years? It has been improving.
When Obama took office, the economy was all the way in the floor. You know why? Because President Bush left it that way. So Obama has done a lot for
Really?
this country. You know what happened in this country? It's a lot of racism in this country. Whatever Obama does, everything what he does is wrong because he is black. That's the
You
problem.
think so?
Too much racism in this country.
You think so?
And, that's what something.
So who was the Secretary of State under Bush? Who was the Secretary of State under Bush?
I really forgot. I forgot.
Condoleezza Rice.
Condoleezza Rice.
What color is her skin?
You want to know something?
Yes.
Don't come out with another subject. This country, in conclusion, is very racist. It's very, very racist. Whatever Obama has done is bad because he's black. That's it. If instead of Obama being black was a white person, I don't think the Republicans would done whatever they have done to Obama.
And who do you think elected Obama?
Who elected?
Who elected Obama?
We.
How many white people do you think Obama would have been elected if not for white votes, for white people?
Hispanic and blacks.
What's the percentage of Hispanics in this country? How many?
50%.
50?
50 million. From 50 million, about 25 million votes.
Well, there are fewer than 50 million in this
About
country.
23 million.
It's about 13.
Without the Hispanic vote,
But
Donald Trump won't win.
okay, to win, you need 50%, right? If every Hispanic, hypothetically, would vote for Obama, still, it would be about 15%, no more than 15%. So where did the rest of 35% come from?
Asians,
Who?
Asians, Jews, Asians.
How many Asians in this country?
Yeah, good percentage, like 10%?
No, it's about 2 or 4%.
2 or 4%.
Okay.
All right.
So how did it get to 50?
Blacks?
How many blacks?
It's a huge population.
What's the percentage?
It's a huge percentage.
What's the percentage?
If the Hispanic are 50 million, they must be
Percentage.
60.
It's about the same 13%. So right there, if you assume that every black, every Hispanic, which is not true of course, and every Asian voted for Trump, it would be at best 35%. At best. So what about the rest 15%?
More. It's about
No, it can't possibly be more. Can't possibly be more. It's impossible.
You want to know something?
Yes. The point I'm trying to make, let me finish my thought, is that it's the white people who elected the black president. If not for the white people electing the black president, we would have had a black president. And if the white people elected the black president, you cannot call it racism, right or wrong?
Well, when we say whites, we are talking about New York, we are talking about the East Coast. We're not talking about the Southern. They're really racist. They never could vote for a black person. Let's be honest. When you
But
talk
why
about,
white is white? I don't understand. White is the color of the skin. So north or south, blue state or red state, I mean, white is white. Now you make a difference between white Democrat, white liberal, white Republican. I mean, white is white, no?
most of the Southern states are Republicans. You know what type of Republicans?
Uh-huh. Very,
You know,
so you don't like Republicans?
of course not.
Of course not. So what do you expect for the government to do for you?